Hello guys, my name is Michelle. I am currently in Houston, Texas, and I am enjoying a beautiful day here at the park. As you can see, the sun is about to go down, so I just came out here to enjoy some vitamin D as much as I can. And also, I wanted to talk about just some health stuff that I think is related to vitamin D. I did want some comments below on what you guys, maybe anybody has experienced the same thing, or anybody that has anything that they can tell me so we can all help each other out. I can answer questions too, but it's really weird. I feel like over the years my health has declined like really badly. Like, sorry if it's a lot of wind. But also there's gonna be people maybe walking in the background, like that little cute girl. But I don't know if I could put her on the video. So anyway, so I felt like my best years was maybe 19 years old and down. I'm currently 25 right now. I remember that my first symptom was, well, what I mean by my first symptom is I've been going through some health problems throughout the years, and currently the worst health problems. And the one time, I didn't know much about vitamin D, but I got blood work done because of the health problems, and my vitamin D level was at 12, so that was very low. They gave me some prescription to put it up, and then I felt a little better, but then I started feeling really bad again. So I went to go get checked, not just for that, but for other things like B12, magnesium, potassium, all of that stuff. And my vitamin D level was at 20. So I was like, well, 20 is not good either. If y'all know, I believe they're supposed to be in between 50 to 100 is a lot. So maybe like 50 to 90. Some people say it's 30 is optimal, but I believe that for me, my personal experience, that you need more. But yeah, to not make this video too long, because I know I tend to do that for sure, I want to talk about some of the symptoms I experienced throughout the years, make them short, but also get into detail without making the video long. So my first symptom was I felt like I had a heart problem, like it was heart related. And bear in mind, I don't know if this is all because of a vitamin D deficiency or if it's other reasons. That's other reasons why I want some questions like to be asked, or anybody knows anything to put it down below in the comments, because it would be very helpful for maybe other people too who will get in this video, who is going to see this video. You know, we all just help each other out. So I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I'm not like trying to say that I know all these things, but this is just like my experience. So I thought I had a heart problem because I felt this like sinking. Well, I would go home, and the first time I felt it was in 2018. And I felt this feeling when I would lay down in my bed. I would feel like my senses heightened, and I would feel like just as I'm trying to drift off to sleep, I would have this very sinking feeling. Like, the perfect example for this is when you're going down a roller coaster. I don't know if you guys have ever been on a roller coaster. I'm personally very scared of it, but I have unfortunately been on one before. And when it's going down, you kind of feel like your heart kind of stayed there. And so that's how it feels. It feels like my heart is just like sinking, like my heart just like, whew, like when you drop from the roller coaster. So it would make it really hard for me to try and like, I'm trying to find the perfect lighting because I don't know if it's gonna be annoying. It would make it really hard for me to like try to fall asleep because of that problem. Like, I would feel that sensation, which would like drop me out of sleep. So it started happening a lot. I also had weight gain. I don't know if that has to do with vitamin D or just my diet, but I started having that, and I realized that it would happen like every other week. So I was able to kind of manage and still have like a normal life, and you know, wake up early if I had to. But then it started getting so bad to the point where like I had to just like stop any activities that you could think about the day. Like, I couldn't work throughout the day. I couldn't do classes throughout the day because that was the times when I would be sleeping. So I don't know if that has to do with vitamin D, or if it was like some kind of anxiety or something that then caused me to have a very low deficient vitamin D because I wasn't doing things throughout the day. So It's very interesting. But then I started feeling it more and more, and it started happening like every night, where I would feel the sinking feeling, or I would feel like I'm trying to go to sleep, and then it would just like jump me out of sleep, because I would feel like, oh my god, like I could breathe. I didn't have like breathing problems, but I had that feeling over and over, and like it would take like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours for it to like pass, like reside. And sometimes, like, even if I was trying to take a nap, I would get it too. So it was like I had no relief, no time to like really rest. So finally, I went, got vitamin D, whatever, and I started taking it, and I noticed that it kind of was not happening as much, but it would still happen every now and then. So I'm like, I probably have some kind of panic attack anxiety. So I try to manage that and manage it from happening. I do realize that if I eat at a certain time at night, it is very like, it happens more, but not really. Sometimes I eat a lot at night and like it doesn't happen. I try not to eat at night, but whenever I do, I can see that sometimes it happens or sometimes it don't. So I don't know if it's related. But then with the vitamin D, so things started changing. Like, okay, I took these prescriptions, and then I think I got lazy and I stopped taking the prescription, and maybe that's why it dropped again, or I never really went to go get rechecked for the levels. But then recently I had developed this weird like internal tremor feeling in my calves, like in my legs. Like I would sit down and I would just feel them shaking like a lot, but I didn't understand what that was. I thought I was stressed, or I don't know. You try to always think about things that like, to try to like not think of the worst. So I was just like, it's just stress or whatever, it's not a big deal. So I was like, it's fine. So I would go to sleep, and then I would realize that it would probably like go away kind of, but not fully, but it would go away. Maybe I wouldn't feel it that much, or maybe I wasn't conscious that I was feeling it or something, but it was not that bad. But then now it's gotten really, really bad to where I feel it every day, no matter what I'm doing. Like right now I'm sitting down and I feel it shaking, but it's not too intense. Like it's not like shaking like really hard. I feel like I could feel it shaking more whenever I take a really hot bath, or whenever I've been on my feet for long and then I sit, I could feel it. But I could definitely still feel it when I'm just sitting down not doing anything. So that was very interesting. Then I started to feel very off balance. Like I started to feel like when I was walking, like I was walking on a moonwalk, or on a squishy surface. Like I didn't feel like I was walking normally. And like if I try to do, I like dancing, so salsa and bachata and stuff, that kind of music requires you to like, oops, sorry. Okay. That kind of music requires you to move side to side, or like do certain movements that you have to move, and like your head, you can kind of feel it or whatever. And so, I did that, and then I felt horrible. Like I can't dance anymore, and I can't like walk properly anymore without feeling weird. And I have these shakiness now, and I definitely feel like my vision sometimes is a little weird, but not really like too bad. But I feel like it's changed a little bit. But I wouldn't really say that's my major concern. Just sometimes it's hard to like focus, and sometimes like I zone out really hard, or sometimes like if I'm staring at the screen too long, then my eyes, I can look around and my vision just doesn't, it looks a little bit like if I'm in a dream. So weird. And so then I don't know, it was just crazy, like everything. Like I did have fatigue, I did develop a lot of depression, which is common in vitamin D deficiency, because I was sad, because I was like, why am I going through this? Like I even thought that maybe I did something bad in this life, that like it's like some sort of punishment. But I don't want to believe that that's why anyone should be experiencing anything like that, because we all make mistakes or whatever. But I don't know, I think it's just irrational thoughts that I think like to try to give a reason to like what I'm feeling. But I don't know. So all of that, I have brain fog all the way. Sometimes I'm talking and I'm like I talked to my doctor the other day, and I was talking to her, and then out of nowhere I just forgot everything I was saying. I was like, and like literally I forgot. And I was at work, I'm a waitress, and you have to put in a number. And so I put in this, our number, we use it forever. Like I've been working there for like more than a year, and I just one day just forgot. I just forgot the number completely. Like forgot it for like a good 20 minutes. Like I didn't even know how I was gonna log in and put my order, so I just forgot. And so I don't know, things like that. But for me, the scariest part is the shakiness in my legs, because it's now I feel it also if I'm sitting, like I'm taking a class right now, and I was sitting it's virtual, and I was sitting down, and I felt like my legs shaking, and then I felt like this part shaking right here. and just like shaking, but you can't really visually see it. But one day, my hands, you could visually see it shaking, but that was just a few, like maybe 2 times. My hands are also like, my hands and feet are acting kind of weird. I do feel, I feel tingling in my legs, like if they're always falling asleep. It feels like my legs are always falling asleep. And it gets crazier from here. Like these symptoms like gets crazier. Like this is like nothing compared to what's coming, like in this video. So I get the tingling feelings in my legs, and I'm like, why are they falling asleep so much is what I'm thinking. But like, nah, I don't know if it's that or not. I even went to a vein clinic to see if there's something wrong with my legs, some circulation problem. They did find a spider vein and said, hey, maybe you might have some vein problems in the future. But I'm like, okay, these vein problems might not be related to like all these other things I'm feeling. It would be kind of crazy. So she didn't seem too concerned, but I was just trying to rule things out. So yeah, so I had that symptom, the tingling, and definitely, you know, all those other symptoms. And then the weirdest thing happened to me. Weirdest thing, where like I was trying to go to sleep, and I would feel like I would hear this loud hissing sound in my ear. Loud, like very loud hissing sound. And then my whole body would start, like I would feel the tremors, but I would also feel a vibration feeling in my body. And I would be like, oh my God. And like I would toss and turn, but like it feels like a zap almost. So it feels like I'm like I can't concentrate in trying to go to sleep, because, you know, to concentrate, to try to go to sleep, you need to close your eyes and relax and like, you know, lay down. But you can't really, you can do that and have those feelings and try to go to sleep anyway, because that's how I eventually go to sleep. But it's obviously really hard to do that. Like it's just like something that I feel like people that are not going through this are not going to understand. They might just think that you're over exaggerating, or you're stressing a little bit, or oh, you have a little bit of anxiety or something. But it's not like that. Like we know that there's something wrong, whoever is feeling like this with me or me. Sorry, a lot of kids running around. The sun is about to go down, and I am excited because I'm gonna like look for something to eat because I'm hungry. I haven't ate really, just like a protein bar. Also, I've been feeling a little nauseous, but I'm not like pregnant or anything. But I don't know, I've been feeling a lot of weird symptoms. I saw other videos saying like, oh, this could be vitamin D deficiency. I guess I've been vitamin D deficient for a long time. So I don't know if all of this can be this, but I'm scared. So I did schedule an appointment with a neurologist. I am self-paced, so I pay that woman a lot of money to see her. And you know, you gotta really fight for your health. You need to like advocate for yourself, because honestly, people ain't gonna do it for you. Like I went to her and she was like, no, it was just really bad. And I mean, so it was crazy because I did a CT scan because I was too scared to do the MRI because I'm claustrophobic. So I did the CT scan and it came out normal, but I'm here thinking maybe I should have done the MRI just to double check. But I'm scared, you know, because I've been searching things online and it's like, oh, you have multiple sclerosis, which I know maybe if anyone's viewing and has that, like, I mean, I know that that's such a tough thing to live with. I wouldn't say I know because I don't know yet, but I mean, I would hate to be experiencing that, or if I do or not or whatever. I'm not trying to diagnose myself, but the internet could be a scary thing because it makes you think like, okay, you have this or you have this. So it's just, I don't know, I thought I'm starting to go a little crazy and think like I have all these things that I don't know. So I guess that's where I did the CT scan, and that came out fine. I did blood work on everything, like B12, magnesium, potassium, thyroid, like a normal panel, everything. And I just did a blood work again to check my vitamin D levels to see if they're still at 20 or a little bit higher, or maybe they went lower, or I don't know. And I also did a test to see inflammation. So it's called the sedimentation rate Westergreen. So I've never done that test before. It was definitely not cheap, but I'm just trying to rule out everything I can. I don't know what else can cause all these symptoms besides the things I've seen on the internet, or the fact that I've always been deficient and maybe I didn't know about it, or if there's something in my lifestyle that is just causing me to have all these issues. But I've never in my life had tremors or internal shakiness. I have had the vibration feelings. I did have that as I was a kid. I was like about 9 years old, and I remember I told my mom like I thought they were ants crawling in my ears, because that's the way I knew how to describe it, because we had ants, so I thought maybe ants were crawling in my ears, and that's why I was hearing those buzzing, hissing sounds, and that's why my body was vibrating, because as a child I thought it was like ants doing that, but it's not. It wasn't ants, obviously, but for some reason it went away. But then now I'm feeling that again, so I don't know what that is or where that's coming from, but it's really scary, interfering with my life. And honestly, it's really hard to live like this, and very hard to be understood, because if it's like saying you understand someone that has cancer, or you understand someone that has some type of disease that you don't have. You're not really gonna understand what they have. I mean, you're not really gonna understand what they feel, because you've never really actually felt that. So I understand that, and that's why we shouldn't be afraid. Angry at people who don't seem to like really understand. But it's just so sad, because it makes you feel alone. But then I look at other videos online, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not so alone. Some of the symptoms I have, I don't see it that much on YouTube, because like especially the vibrating one when I'm trying to sleep, and like that sinking feeling, so it makes me feel a little bit alone. But then I see other symptoms and I'm like, okay, I'm not. But yeah, my story has been very, very crazy. I've just been living life trying to make it every day, and I just feel very sad and very depressed about like, is this what my life consists of? Is this what my life is gonna be like? And I don't want it to be like this, because I'm very ambitious. I'm a very hardworking person. I want a family one day. I want to feel, I don't know, I want different opportunities. And like honestly, like this is even hard to do what I did today, like come out here. This is like a shocker. Like I've had to reduce my hours at work, because I just feel so off when I'm working, like so bad. If it wasn't for the support I have, I don't know where I would be, honestly. I don't know, I have some support, so my advice would be to have someone support you a little bit. Maybe try to educate them and explain to them what you're feeling or whatever, and definitely look for help. But I'm gonna end it here. If you guys want me to do any updates on how I've been feeling, or the blood works that came back, please let me know. Also, if you want to ask questions, I'm not really doing much, so I will answer the questions. And if you have anything that would help me, definitely put it down there, because I'm so down to hear that. And thank you so much for watching.